Welcome all to Off the Cuff with Namrita. And today we'll be talking about an upcoming film, Detective Sherdil on Z5. It will be premiering on June 20th. And I am so delighted to be talking to an exceptional actor who's played a wide range of characters, an actor with impeccable English speaking skills, a witty disposition, and loads of charm. I'll probably call him a Shashi Tharoor of Bollywood. And besides that, who can forget his roles in the Munna Bhai series, uh, Khosla Ka Ghosla, and his directorial debut, The Mehta Boys. And he's done over 100 films, if I'm not wrong. So, welcome, Boman Irani, to my show.
Thank you, Namrita. Such a nice introduction. That's so very sweet of you. I wish my family was listening to it.
So tell me, Bama, what made you sign Detective Sherdil? As the name suggests, it's a thriller, mystery thriller. So what's your role in that?
Well, if you've seen the trailer,
Yes, trailer. Yes, yes, yes. You're the
I'm there for,
billionaire.
I'm literally there for one scene. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Ah,
Of
okay.
course, I'm in real time in the on that given day. I'm there for one scene, but I keep coming back during the interrogations
Mhm,
with the other suspects. So everyone has a version of what may have happened, or their
mhm,
alibi, or their lie. And I keep coming with my relationship with that particular character uh, through the film. I'm there right till the end of the film, but no, it's
mhm.
not. It's not the most screen time role that I've ever done, but I was drawn to it. I love,
Oh.
yeah, I was drawn to it. I love the genre. I love the
Mhm,
presentation that Mr.
mhm,
Ravi Chhabria, the young debutant director, made. He was forthright. He was honest. He told me exactly what the length of the role was, and I say that I'm not attracted by length.
uh-huh,
More screen time does not mean a better role. It is written, a certain amount of screen time is written for a role, for a film to tell the story in its best shape and form. Um, and he did not sell that to me. He was very
mhm,
honest about everything. So I think honesty in a director is so important. Plus, when we read the film, together. I didn't read it on my own. I said I wanted to be there in front of me, in front of the camera, and we were
mhm,
watching it on the Zoom, and we would scroll and read this. I would question him. He had all the answers. He had all the visuals in his head. Certain things that I had doubts about, he would clear my doubts. He would defend the written word, uh,
mhm.
and certain things that I would point out to him, saying he would say, I'm going to work on that. You're absolutely right. I mean, he's a student of cinema, as am I, which makes life very easy when you have a certain amount of understanding with a young man. Uh,
Abs-
and I love the final outcome of the shooting schedule. It was so nice to work on a peaceful set.
mhm,
Lovely actors. Uh,
mhm.
Lovely cast, lovely, I mean, beautiful locations, and lovely food.
Yeah, I think you both are foodies, no? Diljit Dosanjh and both of you. So, how was it working with him? Was it your first time or you worked with him
I'm going to
before?
do a test on you. Let me see how good a detective you are. Are you prepared? I get killed, uh, and then they call in the police, right? When a person gets
Mhm.
killed, the police comes before or
Yeah,
after?
yeah, obviously, yeah.
After, right?
Yes.
There you go. I
Okay.
had no scene with Dick Dosanjh.
Oh, you did not. Oh, so after I said okay, but on the sets, how was? Did
Why
you
would he
get
come
to?
to the set when I would be around? There was no
Oh,
need for
oh, okay. So there was no interaction at
Yeah,
all.
I met him
Okay.
always outside the hotel when
Mm-hmm.
he would be going somewhere and I would be going to location, or I would be going
Oh, so
somewhere
it
and he
was
would be
just
going to
by
location.
and by. Okay, I don't know how these movies work these days because they shoot them very in random
Yeah.
ways. But yeah, the trailer looks lovely. You're looking forward to watching the film in its entirety, and some great stars. I guess there's Ratna Pathak there,
Yeah,
who's always wonderful, to
yeah.
watch, and Diana Penty is there. You are obviously there, and Chunky
Chunky,
Pandey, and
chunky. Yeah.
Chunky, and a whole lot of other actors. But now
Yes.
coming to your personal journey, Baman, you've reinvented yourself every step of the way. What I know about you, and you've talked about it very openly. You were a very shy kid while growing with dyslexia,
Right.
which is just unbelievable. The way you speak now, it's a class in itself, just listening to you. And then you've overcome a lisp and stammer. So where do you get this, will and belief to go? And yeah, now you're a celebrated star. How did you manage to do that?
I think a lot has got to do with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And if I want to take some credit for it, it's got to do with the realization that fear doesn't pay. Uh,
Okay.
you will be sidelined or be tossed around, or you'll be bullied and you'll be left behind. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it is the realization, as Gabbar Singh so rightly said, "Jo dar gaya, samjho mar gaya." I didn't want to live that life any longer. I didn't want to live that life where people would mock you, or tease you, or even adults tell you that why are you a duffer? Literally, back in the day, that was how dyslexia was uh, was uh,
Yes.
defined. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying to myself, I'm not. Why do people think I am? Because I don't know certain subjects, and but in the certain things that I am interested in, I have a natural gift for. So the moment I got onto the stage, Namrita, I
Mm-hmm.
got onto the stage, I felt like very special, even though I was uh,
Okay.
with an audience. And if I just
Mm-hmm.
blanked out the audience and kept that fourth wall up, I felt in my own little bathroom performing, and I would perform fearlessly. And I
Mm-hmm.
did, of course, I did a lot of speech therapy and things like that. And once I said, it's even if I had a lisp all my life, so what?
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of thinking that, there are people with far more debilitating, things to deal with, who are being far more successful. What's stopping me? It's just all here. It's all here. And but I do love the idea of reinventing myself. I don't like to settle down in a groove, into a
Mm-hmm.
rhythm. Because once you settle down a rhythm, that's the song that will be played for the rest of my life. And I want to hear more music in my head. I want to change that rhythm to do things that challenge me, to do things that make me learn something new every single day. And hence I learned how to write, I learned how to direct, I made my film, and
Yes.
I'm proud that I, but so late in life, yeah, so what? So what?
Yeah.
Who's making the timeline? I didn't make the timeline. You don't make it for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. A lot to learn every day, and the Mehta Boys was very well received. And so, did you learn anything new about acting while you were directing? Any new
Sure.
perspective? Yeah.
Sure. I always we all have our own little versions of of performance
Mm.
on method acting or whatever. But I realized I broke it down to a very simple thing while I was writing, and that
Okay.
is you reveal character
Mm.
by how you negotiate your wants. Your
Oh.
wants. You want something,
Mm.
there'll be obstacles. And when the obstacles come, what
Mm.
is it that you're doing to
Mm.
overcome those obstacles? And you reveal your character. You reveal your true self in the endeavor to reach your goal. Maybe you'll play dirty. Maybe you'll have more resolve. Maybe you'll go back to the drawing board. Maybe you'll be abusive, or maybe you'll blame the other person, blame the world. I'm revealing myself as I'm dealing with my obstacles. I think
Mm,
eventually, so it boils down to two things. You must
mm,
have a goal as a
correct.
character,
Mm,
and two, the goal should be high, and the higher the goal, the higher the obstacle. And the
mm.
more you do that, there will be a revelation of character. So it really, writing has really helped me understand my characters a lot better than before.
Yeah, wonderfully put. And, as an audience, I've enjoyed so many of your movies. Like you've done over 100 movies. So many unforgettable roles, and you've mostly done character roles, and there's a quirkiness to every character you play. There's some differentiation that you bring, like you said, for Three Idiots. You were not you were not ready to sign till you thought that you can make it a little different. So how do you go, because character actors now, there's a lot more that character actors are doing, thanks to the OTT platform. And we've seen you don't need enough much screen time. Your screen presence and your talent is good enough. So how do you approach these, like, characters, your
So
characters?
I'm glad you mentioned the OTT.
Mm.
And, Z5 is listening in, and they'll be very
Yeah.
happy. I'm saying it really, really allows not just character actors. I think it primarily allows writers
Mm.
and filmmakers to come up with a new vision. Because
Uh-huh.
unless and until you have something new to same stories,
Yeah.
but the pre, the but the presentation can be unique, not just
Mm.
new for new sake. You will be writing more and more interesting characters for leading actors and leading men and leading ladies and characters, because everybody's a character at the end of the day. So what the OTT does is it gives people a little bit of a scope and scape to write unusual things, unusual stories, and be told in a new novel way, with a new voice. Otherwise, we shouldn't be replicating, and that's a fear and a plus point, because then you'd say that there's so much work, but we need to fill up. So let's write fast. No, you don't. You got to take
Mm-hmm.
time. You got to take time and use the platforms well, rather than try and make it as commercial as possible.
Very true, very true. And your Father's Day is coming this weekend, and any advice to the dads here? I know you've grown up with women all around you most of the time, so it'll be, love to know anything that you'd like to say.
To young fathers, uh, what can I say? Um, I'm not really great at giving advice, but here goes. I think I think it's very important that fathers should not try and make their sons clones of themselves. It's a problem. They'll never be. In the moment they become clones of themselves, you manage to make them a clone of yourself, you have failed your
Mhm.
child. In fact, you got to, the only thing that you can ever do for your, I have sons, so I can speak from only from that perspective, unfortunately, is having a strong moral compass that points in the right direction, have a great sense of ethics, empathy, and care for people who are beneath your station, respect for people. There's nothing else you got to teach, and that you can't even say. You got to do. You know, children don't do what you tell them to do. Children do what you do. So that's all I can say.
Mm,
That's all I can say.
absolutely. And empathy, and just be a good human. We're
बाकी can find
losing
their own
that.
way ना. How do I know what
Yeah,
the
which
DNA कि वो आईटी करना चाहता है, या वो राइटर बनना चाहता है, या मेकअप आर्टिस्ट बनना चाहता है, मुझे क्या मालूम.
very true. Just let them be. Yeah, very true. And in the end, coming back once again, listeners, please do watch Detective Sherdil. Like he said, the police comes later. So watch the Diljit Dosanjh, a very lovable, likable actor, you know, and
Wonderful
a
actor. Wonderful.
global phenomenon
Yeah.
that he's become. Anything last words, Bamban? I have I would love to talk to you for longer, but I guess they are giving me that time is running out. Anything that you've done photography, you've waited tables, you were one of the first stand-up comedians. Now stand-up comedians are huge
In English.
globally.
English. Johnny
English. Oh,
Johnny.
English. Yeah, yeah. Even now, I think there are a lot of English
No,
stand-up
no, I
comedians.
was in Hindi, there were a lot of stand-up comedians who used to do a lot of
Oh, yeah.
mimicry. You
Mimic. It was a little
know,
different, I'll say. Yeah.
yeah. But I'm proud of that, yes. But
Mhm.
and the question I didn't get.
You've excelled in everything you've done from theater. So how do you keep going? Like you're saying, you are, every day you want to learn and you want to. So how do you keep that?
You answered my question by learning something new every day.
Hmm.
That's the only way you can be relevant to yourself first. I don't
Hmm.
want to be relevant and be in the public eye for the sake of being in the public eye, you
Yeah.
know. But you got to be relevant to yourself by saying, I learned something new. Since the pandemic, I've done 800 sessions
Hmm.
online,
Yes.
800 sessions teaching screenwriting. It
Yes.
sharpens me, and
Hmm.
I'm relevant to myself. And
Yeah. So
that's
when earlier you was money and fame the motivation, because now you have everything. So what motivates you now?
who says I got money, man? Send the. Uh,
100 plus films and
no, 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 no. I know you're probably. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think money and fame was the motivation. I would have joined the film
okay.
industry earlier. I was very happy as an actor on theater. For 14 years, I've done theater, right? So
Mm,
money and fame was not a motivation. Everybody welcomes money. But
mm,
I didn't want to make money being uncomfortable doing something that I am being uncomfortable with. So I'm not. I would say no, no. If I'm going to make a mess of it, I mean, Munna Bhai MBBS. When I heard the role first, I said, "नहीं, ये मेरे से नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा. I will
mm.
not be able to do this laughter therapy with conviction." I said no.
Wow.
Yeah. And then Raju said, "Okay, we'll have two versions. We'll have one with the laughter, one without the laughter. We'll shoot both, and then if you want, you choose. But do the film. What are you going to lose?" I have. So it's not money and it's not fame.
Mm.
I, you know, I love it though. I
Yes,
love it.
yes.
Excuse me.
Mm.
The money is more than welcome. I can
Yeah,
get a good life. My family is a good life, and nothing wrong with fame. As
yeah.
long as you don't forget that you're an actor first and a famous
Absolutely.
person next.
That shows in your work, and we are so glad that you took the role of in Munna Bhai, and look at the journey, and we are enjoying each and
And I'm proud
every.
of doing Detective Sherdil also. Please.
Oh,
Yeah.
we are looking forward to that. Whatever, playing a billionaire and whatever screen time. And thank you so much, Baman, for your time,
Thank you.
and hope to
Thank
see
you,
you
Namrita.
sometime here
Thank you,
in
Namrita.
San Jose. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye. Bye bye.